They're the television equivalent of the Oscars, and if this year's Emmy nominations are anything to go by, the world of television is most definitely changing. For the first time, the streaming service Netflix has the most individual Emmy nominations, beating HBO and America's broadcast TV networks. Stranger Things, The Crown, Handmaid's Tale, and Game of Thrones are amongst the nominees. Well, K.J. Matthews is an entertainment journalist. She's based in Hollywood. She told me the list of nominees was pretty significant.
Well, just how much the streaming services, the subscription streaming services are literally dominating the Emmy landscape. Just many years ago, it was always HBO, possibly NBC, sometimes ABC. Now it's all about Hulu, Amazon, and Netflix. I mean, you would not believe that for 17 years straight, we had HBO having the most nominations of any network out there. Today, that changed. Netflix finally surpassed HBO, receiving 112 nominations, while HBO only received 108. Can you believe that?
And how reflective is this then of the changing television landscape?
Oh, it has certainly changed. I mean, these subscription video streaming services aren't very expensive. They're accessible internationally, and people like to have all of their content available when they want it. You can't beat that when it comes to Netflix and Amazon and even Hulu. And so with the population of that, along with the fact that there has been just great social media presence, Twitter and even Instagram, and just a massive promotion blitz from these streaming services, that really has helped a lot of these shows really gain a huge fan base out there.
So talk us through some of the success stories here then.
There have been quite a few. Of course, there's always the favorite. The Game of Thrones got 22 nominations, followed by Saturday Night Live with a whopping 19. The Handmaid's Tale with Hulu is 20. So you always have your favorite. You even have The Crown on Netflix that got 13. So those are, your typical favorites. I think a lot of people knew that Westworld, Saturday Night Live, Game of Thrones, and The Handmaid's Tale, along with The Crown, were definitely odds-on favorites. So I don't think people are surprised that they earned a lot of nominations. However, there were a few surprises happening still. Sandra Oh received her first nomination for BBC America's show called Killing Eve. Now remember, that show just debuted back in April, so it's only been out there for a few months. She now becomes the first Asian American actress to earn an Emmy nomination in the lead actress drama category. So that was very surprising to see, and I'm sure she's very thrilled about that. Also, musician John Legend was nominated for his work in Jesus Christ Superstar for lead actor in a limited series. Now, if he wins, he will be one of the few people on this planet to be an EGOT. What that means is that he will have won an Emmy, a Grammy, which is a music award, an Oscar, and a Tony. So he's going into that knowing that he's probably going to make history as well.
Yes, absolutely extraordinary. And how much do you think the election of Donald Trump has played in to the shows that have received some of the nominations here, KJ? You've mentioned Saturday Night Live with Alec Baldwin doing his Trump routine on a pretty regular basis. And Samantha Bee as well, the comedian nominated in the variety comedy category, the only woman in that category. And she's had some controversy as well around things she said about the Trumps.
Absolutely. Samantha Bee has been in the headlines, in the spotlight, for reasons that she probably would not prefer. But if you recall, a few weeks ago, she said some very unflattering things about Donald Trump's daughter, Ivanka, and then had to go back on air and apologize because she got a lot of blowback from that. Well, surprisingly, she was nominated in the Variety Talk Series category, and she is the only woman in that category. That category has Trevor Noah for The Daily Show, Jimmy Kimmel, James Corden, Stephen Colbert. She's the only woman. And then also mentioning Saturday Night Live, Tiffany Haddish, as well as Tina Fey, were both nominated for their guest hosting of Saturday Night Live. So yes, politics has been front and center this year when it comes to the Emmy nominations for sure.
That's Hollywood entertainment journalist K.J. Matthews speaking to me a while ago. Diane